Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Great article here from CNET. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So another problem for Verizon and AT&T and maybe even cable. T-Mobile is also willing to compete on pricing. Verizon and AT&T have changed their ways over the years a bit to be more attractive to the market. They have went along with the whole device promos. For those of you who know, AT&T really started that whole movement with new and existing customers get the same deal, and they've been very aggressive at that for a long time now, and they allow that on all of the plans, not just some, right? Like the others, you have to get the premium to get the most value. No, AT&T allows it on all of their plans. So Verizon and AT&T have gotten comfortable around competing just on the device promos and maybe, throwing them gift cards and maybe a couple of gaming systems. But one thing that they haven't been really willing to compete on and budge is pricing. And that's where T-Mobile said in the past, we are willing and we have the balance sheet to defend our position. So T-Mobile slashed the price of its home internet plan by $10. Now they introduced a new tier. It's a cheaper entry level price. But if you have seen some of the commercials that have aired during the second quarter, it was all about savings and cutting costs versus the competition. And they still achieved that by offering free lines and just even though they've done all the changes that T-Mobile has made, they got the new plans, Go 5G, Go 5G Next, Go 5G Plus. Even after all of that, right, increasing the prices on those newer plans, they're still 29 to 30% cheaper than the competition. And that's what they're pushing in their marketing. That's their go-to market. And in today's economy, I think that's resonating with the consumer. So that's how I believe T-Mobile is able to grow at the clip that they are because of those moves. And they really know when to strike. And they really do have the balance sheet to really offer those deals. T-Mobile has almost 50% less debt than its next closest competitor. So they don't have to make as much money, if you will. Are they still going to and try to? Yes. They're still aiming for between $16 to $17 billion free cash flow this year. Plus, they're already doing the buybacks and the dividends. So it's only up for T-Mobile from here. It's not down, it's only up. So if they can strike a $16 to $17 billion free cash flow, and they still aren't anywhere close to making the margins that the competition is making, and they're willing to cut costs and compete on pricing. I mean, what happens when T-Mobile no longer competes that way? I mean, they're going to make some serious dough if they're already making a similar free cash flow to what AT&T and Verizon are doing today. So yes, T-Mobile, and this is a good problem to have for T-Mobile, they are willing to compete on price. Not just phones, not just the promos. They are willing to also compete on pricing. And that's what I feel they have. They're one-upping the competition. Competition is not, they don't have a lot of wiggle room, right? AT&T does the discounts, the employer discounts, military discount. That's about the only wiggle room you have there with price. And Verizon the same, right? They do the military discount. I think they have some corporate discounts. But other than that, you really have to be a long-term customer of Verizon's to get like a loyalty discount where they give you like $20 off, or right, to try and keep you even longer. But other than that, they don't really push and compete much on pricing. T-Mobile, that's what they push pretty much all of the second quarter, that they're cheaper than the competition for a similar price, similar lines with more value at that cheaper price point, even more value than the competition, right? They include Hulu, Netflix, Apple TV. So this is going to get interesting. We'll see how long the competition allows T-Mobile to take from them before they make a drastic change, if ever, right? They might not care to. They might not. They might say, "Look, I'm not going to lower my price to scoop to the T-Mobile level." That's probably how Verizon talks internally. So we'll see what happens. But T-Mobile is willing to compete on price. Keep that in mind. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.